Have you ever played chess? Have you ever played with your grandfather, your dad, your mom, or anyone else? Well, my grandson did play with his grandfather, but he hasn't lately. So I think I might have to send him over to talk to Larry Hebert. And I have Larry here today with me, and I want to talk about this. But I want to tell you one thing. I have never played chess because I'm afraid. I keep thinking that it's something that's too difficult for me to learn, but I know you're going to tell me different, right?
Yes, I am going to tell you different. Because we have 6-year-olds come in, 5-year-olds come in over to learn the game, and within that 1 hour, they've learned so much, you can actually say that they know how to play. So that's how easy it is to do. So that's what we do. That's what Littleton Chess does. Actually, we're a registered business in Littleton, and our logo, Littleton Chess, is registered by the state of Massachusetts. So, and what we do is have kids come in 6 to 12 years old, generally that age range, over at Starbucks and over at Valley Wild Bookstore to do one-on-one lessons. So they sit across from me. This is pre-pandemic, of course, they're sitting across from me. And I just teach them for an hour. Right? So I teach them for an hour, then the next kid comes in, and that kid leaves. And that's how we teach them. And they learn very quickly, so it is very easy to learn. If they can learn that much in an hour, adults can usually learn a lot quicker. So.
Really? Do they come back for more lessons, or do they start playing at home with someone?
So what they do is they sign up. They think they're going to go for 5 or 6. They say, we'll try out for 5 or 6, but they come back. It's usually 30 to 35 more lessons. They keep coming back to learn more and more. They're so exciting. They come running into Starbucks to learn. They're so excited every week, or Valley Wild. Most of the lessons are over at Starbucks. So they just keep on coming in as long as they want to come in. And some of them are like 2 years. 2 years, they keep coming in.
Well, is there a certain age that they don't come back because they find how about this, they're not interested anymore, or how did they get interested in chess?
Well, I can tell you an example of one that's kind of a little bit comical. A girl came in with her mother. Her name is Charlotte, and from Littleton. She came in, and her mother says the boys were teasing her at recess that she wasn't very smart because she didn't know how to play chess. And she came in and says, and I'm here to fix that. So that's how. They have different reasons to come in, but that was one of the reasons there.
That was good
to come in, and she did go back and beat those boys about 2 months later, and then she started beating her father, and he says, I'm not too sure I like that. So there are different reasons. Sometimes parents just want them to learn, just to get introduced to the game.
Yeah.
But most of the time, they just want to learn how to play chess from TV or whatever. So.
Right. Well, Alan, my husband plays, and so naturally he started teaching our son when he was young. They used to play once in a while. And then the grandson, he started teaching him. But of course, at 17 years old, we're much more interested in his friends and what they're doing in the telephone. But he might get interested again one of these days. At least he has a start for it. That's what I wonder too. Do people start, or young people start and maybe go away for a while and come back?
Most certainly. What happens is they learn, and by the time they get to middle school, there's a drop-off. And then there's another drop-off in high school.
Yeah.
So there is a drop-off. But a lot of them still do hang on and play through college, like myself or whatever, through high school. A lot of them do that. But it's more than just learning the game and then just dropping off. It's good preparation, mind preparation. We teach them a lot of mental exercises, so that not just to learn the syntax of chess and the tactics and strategies of chess, but to learn to be. We try to make them smart, and the smart people, we try to make them smarter. So through mental exercises, visualization, multi-threading their visions and calculations. So it's beyond our lessons are beyond just the syntax of chess. So.
Yeah. Well, how about somebody my age? I'd like to be smarter.
So the exercise that we do for these kids, you can actually see when they come in the next week, they're even faster. They think more clearly. They're more organized. They're more disciplined. We teach them all. We roll all of that into the chess lessons, along with philosopher techniques, Rene Descartes, and Plato and Socrates. We teach those kind of their thinking methods into these lessons. So again, it's not just the syntax. So we hope they walk away, and they do walk away smarter. They come back over time a lot brighter.
It must be pretty good then for an elderly senior. What about if they've never played before? Is it going to be harder for them to learn?
No, I think what I've seen so far is adults actually, they do learn quicker. They learn quicker. For some reason, they just learn quicker and they retain it a little better. It's a little easier to teach the adults in actuality.
Well, I was just thinking that for me, checkers is it. And so I guess, you're making me think, what's the harm in trying anyway?
Right. So since you can learn so much in 1 hour, just 1 hour of a lesson, you can learn so much. You can learn all the names of the pieces. You can learn how they move. You can learn how to check and checkmate, which means you learned how to win the game. All within 1 hour. Now, you're not going to be a great tactician or a strategist, but you can learn a lot within that 1 hour, and that can make you decide on your future decision on.
When did you start?
So I taught myself when I was about 11. I taught myself when I was about 11.
What was the reason that you decided to do that?
I saw my history teacher, playing some kids in class. And I thought it looked pretty interesting, of course. So I went and got a chess set and taught myself on the side. And then I grew up in that whole Bobby Fischer era, too. So when I get a little older, there was a lot of excitement with that. So.
That's true, especially if you were interested in chess at all. It must have been. Yeah. So, I know that you were doing some films that were science fiction there for a while. Do you do that anymore? Yes,
we do the science. We got another one coming up this summer, and this one's more with kids as versus with the teenagers we've been doing it with. So it's gonna be more with kids. We do some little snippets of film with these kids, with our chess kids now. They actually do a little film. We put it up on YouTube. It's about chess.
Also, well, are they learning, acting and camera work and everything when you work on the?
Well, they're doing green screening. They'll do green screenings,
okay,
things like that. I'll teach them and direct them a little bit towards the acting aspect, but we don't spend a whole lot of time on that. It's again, it's for our advertisement. It's mainly for our advertisement for our chess club.
Good.
So we have the one-on-one sessions, and then we also have group sessions. The group sessions are online because you can't do groups down at Starbucks. You can only do.
Oh no.
So we.
But you have before that, right? Before the virus.
Yes, I've had group sessions. We have group sessions now, as a matter of fact.
But you have them how?
Via Zoom.
Yeah, but I mean, before the virus, were you doing it in person with a group?
So what we do is we didn't have group lessons we had a chess club. So we had an actual chess club, and the kids come down. This is interesting for the audience. The kids come down to the chess club once a week. It's usually about 16 of the kids, right? And they get a slice of pizza, and they get a drink, and they get a Harry Potter cookie. So, because we equate our sections that they're moving up in chess to Harry Potter, like the Gryffindor and the Slytherin section and the Ravenclaw section. So they're always coming in saying, "Hey Larry, who can I play to get into the Ravenclaw section? I have to know." And they look at the list and they're trying to make the decisions. So that excites them, as opposed to saying, "Okay, you're now in section 2." So we equate that to the Harry Potter section. So.
Oh, that's fun.
So they get their pizza and they're stamped. I bake the cookies and I stamp them with the Harry Potter stamps, and then they play once a week, like that.
Well, that's good. But on Zoom, how many people do you?
Oh, it's usually like 6, in the 6-ish range.
Yeah, and it's not hard to get them.
No, they're really good good at Zoom. They know all about Zoom.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm not a fan of Zoom, but yeah, anybody under my age is good at it.
So yeah, so it's really exciting that they can actually play me. At the end of the lesson, I let them play me a game after the lesson, and via Zoom, so everybody can watch, and we do the analysis, what they did good and what they could improve on. So we mix Zoom with an application called lichess.org. It's an application that they can play chess against. So.
How do they get in touch with you if they want to learn?
So you can look at Littleton Facebook, Littleton Chess, or Facebook, Littleton Sci-Fi for the film stuff, or www.lawrencehebert.com is the website. And then when they get to, they've done all that, they've taken lots of lessons, whatever, they say, where can I go next? What's the next level after this, Larry? So one of the places I send them to is the temple, the Srinivasa Temple, Indian temple, over on Groton Line, Littleton Line, here on 110.
Oh, yeah.
So I send them there. They're doing United States Chess Federation tournaments, official tournaments.
Wow.
And those kids, they're confident by this time. They're well armed. They want to flex their power. They want to go try things out against a higher level, and they go there and they've come back winning trophies. They won trophies and medals, and I don't know if you've been to the temple, but it's beautiful.
Well, actually giving them a new level gives them a goal too.
Yes. Yep.
And so, if they're interested, they're going to want to go higher.
Yep.
And that gives them the chance to get a prize.
Yes, they go to the United States Chess Federation at that level. That rating they get there, they get a rating, so it's good for the entire country, no matter where you travel to in the country. That rating is good. So it's a level. I prepare them for that level. So I prepare you guys for that level. So they get to that level, and they can go for the World Championship if they can go there.
How many do you have right now?
So it's we have 16. 16, that's ours. And we have a following, 55 parents, I think, on Facebook. So.
Do you get the parents sometimes, if they've been watching or brought their child to learn to play chess, and does anyone get interested and say, I think I'm going to come and take classes too?
Oh, some of the parents? So what the parents can do, they can actually, if they want, they can sit there and watch the lesson, and they can learn while I'm teaching the kid. So they can actually learn that way.
Oh, okay. Does that happen often?
Not that often. Maybe 1 out of 4 will do that. Will sit there. 1 out of 4, 1 out of 3.
That's a pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
So it's like a free lesson, sitting there. But we encourage them not to get involved in the actual lesson with the kid.
Oh, yeah.
Don't distort that lesson. They can certainly listen on.
What else do you want us to know about this?
So a few of our players, I could say, it's like this Charlotte one, is like an attacking player. She's like, just to tell you something about the players, she's like a fierce attacking player. So it kind of matches her personality. She's the one that came in and said, I want to beat the boys. And then we get a Phoebe that lives in our street. I don't say the last name, she lives in my street. A Phoebe, she can beat any of the champions. She's actually beat one of our champions. She didn't win the championship, but she actually beat the champion. We made a movie out of that because we were filming that, and she just happened to win. So it was very inspiring and encouraging for her, to see herself win the match. And then we have a Shri. He's like super fast player. 1.5 seconds a move, I think, is what he's like, super fast. And his moves are very, very good. He's not moving quick and sloppy. He's moving quick and very good moves. So you get different kinds of players, different personalities, and they just demonstrate it on the chessboards. So.
Good. Well, it sounds like, are you having fun?
Yes, that's the main thing.
Good. I guess if you're going to do this, you better have fun, and of course I can tell it's one of your loves anyway.
Well, the kids are great, and they come, they're all different personalities. They come in, you have to calm them down sometimes, or they're excited, or they're a little, something happened during the day. So the one-on-one sessions are good for that, calm them down, and watching their eyes when they're playing, so you know where they're actually moving. Are they looking at everything on the chessboard? Are they looking at the correct places on the chessboard? So that's good for the one-on-one sessions.
Good. It's been a long time, like I said, that I have seen you, and it's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's 2005 and 6, I think it
Yeah,
was. We
yeah.
actually filmed some chess stuff here and some movies here, as a matter of
Yeah,
fact.
yeah, really. So I don't stay away so long.
Oh,
I'll be when I drive by, I'll wave to you,
sounds good.
or at least to the house if you're not outside. So, yeah, maybe we'll have to. You know what? Maybe you need to come back sometime with one of your students.
Sure.
Then we could talk about learning and, why and the whole business.
Yeah, their whole aspect of the lessons and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
I'm thinking that maybe our viewers, a few, should get a chess set for their child for Christmas.
Well, maybe this interview will help do that.
Yeah, or they could also get them a chance to have the class for Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And especially now with the virus and everything, COVID, and we can't do anything and we're isolated, I think chess might be a good thing to do.
It's much more popular now for some reason. It's competing a little with the Zoom because the kids are getting a little zoomed out, but
Yeah.
yeah,
But I bet. Yeah. So why don't you think about getting a chess set and, spending some good time. In fact, some learning time and fixing your brain because it's going to be hard to do that during COVID if you get bored and everything. So get a chess set and then talk to Larry.
Yeah, power up your brain.
Thanks, Larry.
Thank you.